Okay, welcome into another great episode of Living in San Diego. Joined again by my good friend, Senator Porter.
Thank you.
And I have a unique topic here because transportation is near and dear to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew, my dad worked for Chrysler for 25 years.
Okay.
I love when my dad came home with a new company car.
Right.
But I lived in the suburbs of Michigan, and I didn't know any different. I
Sure.
remember I loved my bike as a kid.
Mhm.
And now I live in San Diego, where I'm on my bike 4 to 7 times a week.
Right.
And now we've got all these other great ways to get around town. And I wanted to talk about best ways to get around town in San Diego.
Okay. So if you're downtown, I recommend look at e-scooters.
Yep.
There's one. Some people say they're dangerous, whatnot, but I like them compared to Uber. You can kind of get where you need to go right away. You don't have to wait. Bring some hand sanitizer with you so you can wash your hands off.
Check the brakes.
Yeah, well, you gotta shake it around, make
Check
sure
the
it's
brakes
good.
because some people, they can get some sketchy brakes or some hardware.
Yeah.
I do like it, and it's a good way to kind of see town. I was just in Calgary, in Canada,
Yeah.
and I saw some scooters, and I told my buddies, let's ride. And now the cool thing is with your app, you can unlock more than one.
Really?
So I was able
I
to
didn't know
unlock
that.
one for my friend and one for myself.
Okay.
We cruised around town, avoided accidents.
Right.
And it's a good way to get like an open air experience while we're cruising at
Sure.
10, 15 miles an hour. Definitely keep your head down, and every crack and bump could kill you. I've
True.
got some friends that went from pretty to ugly real fast because they weren't
Really?
paying attention.
Were they drinking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Drinking and
yeah.
riding, hitting the curb, and
Don't
messing
drink
their
and
face up.
drive. Don't drink and drive.
No, not even. So especially at that speed. But yeah, I love those scooters. You got to keep track of where you're parking them too.
Sure.
So if you're a first-time rider and it's beeping at you because they don't like where you parked, you got to check that.
Yeah. Otherwise, you gotta drag the scooter back to.
Okay, so scooters are a great way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ride-sharing apps, right?
Yeah,
Ubers, Lyfts, things like.
Yep.
It's a great way to get around town, especially for further places, and especially if you don't want to pay $20 to $40 to park.
Yeah.
Or worry about your
Or
car.
worry about parking.
Or you're drinking and you don't need that either.
Yeah, definitely don't drink and drive.
That's a good way to get around town. Honestly, my favorite ways are human-powered, either walking or biking.
Yeah, walking is nice. Fortunately, we live in a place where the weather's usually very nice.
And the walking is a great way to see the streets, experience the weather, enjoy it, not have to worry about traffic, especially if you're in a denser place. Obviously, that's the way to go. A bike is easy too. I like it. I years ago I had nice bikes, which lasted about a month before they were stolen, and so now I have a nice, affordable secondhand beach cruiser that I can leave unlocked anywhere and no one's stealing it because it's a rusty old thing that rides perfectly, but the thieves can't secondhand it for anything because it's not worth anything.
I'm gonna buy you a bike.
I need a bike. It's gonna get stolen, man. No, we have those e-bikes. We have to keep them locked up. My wife has one, and I'm like, please don't leave that out. Everything gets scooped up real quick. And so bikes are my favorite way, and I think there's a lot to see. And now with e-bikes, it's a good way to tour town because you can crush 10, 20 miles without much effort and see a good chunk of town. And go up and down the hills, right? Coastal, it's always kind of flat, but the rest of San Diego is kind of hilly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's tricky on a bicycle.
If you're not ready,
you don't have.
You're
gonna walk that bike up the hill.
Go
so that's
through Bankers Hill on a bike could be tough.
So we got some cool things that have popped up. The trolley system in San Diego exists. I feel like it's not utilized that much.
Sure.
It's not the fastest way unless you happen to live real close to a station. And you have to go real close to the station. It's hard to use.
Sure.
I would use it oftentimes when we're going down to a Padre game or over to currently Snapdragon to that part of town where I'm like, all right, let me park at a station near my house, take the ride in so I don't have to worry about traffic on the way out. That'd be my thinking.
Or
because I can get back on real quick.
If you going downtown to going to Mexico, you can take it from downtown
all the way to the border.
Yeah.
And then walk straight across.
Yep.
Which is a cool feature.
Or the airport too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the trolley is there, and now to help service the trolley to expand the radius of the people it covers, we're now starting to see these little electric shuttles.
Yeah.
Downtown has one called Fred, Free Ride Everywhere, downtown. Right. It's sponsored by the BID, the Business Improvement District. So the businesses pay and advertisers pay. So everyone can ride it for free. You just get an app, pull it up. You can call them to come pick you up wherever and drop you off wherever within downtown.
Right.
And now they have this in Pacific Beach too, where I live.
Hmm.
It's free for right now, but then they're going to roll out a fee. Ideally, we're able to convince some local businesses to pitch in and make it free.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
they advertise on the outside of
and
the
kids are free.
yeah.
So my family of 5, me and my wife could pay $250 each, and my 3 kids are riding free. So that's not bad either.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
Yeah.
most times we're riding on our bikes because even my 4-year-old is biking now.
I mean, that's all with a family. That's really actually fun. I
Yeah.
remember the first time I was able to have the training wheels off and ride with my mom, like feel like a big kid. Like that was cool. So I'm sure they really enjoyed
They love it. It's awesome.
it.
Okay, some other ways you don't think about getting around town in San Diego is by boat.
Yeah,
It's
boat
kind of
is.
limited, but you can do it.
Yeah, yeah. You can literally get on a boat and pull up to the Brigantine and have dinner
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
The Brigantine's one place. There's Bali High is another place you can go to on the
Mhm.
Big Bay.
Yeah,
In Mission Bay, you can go to places like Paradise Point, pull up to the restaurant there.
that's true.
Go to the Catamaran, you can pull up to the Bahia.
That's true.
You can pull up to Seaforth. There's the boat launches over there where you can get some of the best tacos in town at Royal Rooster.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never been there.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna have to check that one
It's
out.
not a fancy spot,
That's all right.
but they got some really good,
The food's
really
good,
good
though.
taco. So you can boat. It's not
Not ideal.
not ideal. You know, unless you know where you're going to where you're going, and you have a place to put it.
Yeah, we my friend had a membership to a boating club, and you can literally get access to 30 different boats all through the coast. And we would
The Freedom
Ever.
Boat Club thing.
believe that's what it's called. Is you go at Mission Beach, kind of by your house, and they have the boat ready for you. You hop on it, bring your own music, play whatever you want, drive around, and come back, drop it off. You don't got to worry about cleaning the boat or anything. They do it all.
That's a nice setup
Yeah, really nice.
because yeah, boats are fun to have.
Expensive.
Not probably the best way to do like
Bad
transportation,
investment.
but if you can rent it and have some fun and make the best out of it, then that's worthwhile. 'cause
Absolutely.
You're not using it 350 days a year.
No,
That's the fun.
every Friday we meet at the boat.
There you go. That's cool. So a couple other public transit we've got. We've got Coaster and we've got Amtrak.
Yeah,
Coaster just rides up the coast,
right?
kind of like the trolley, but a little bit bigger. And then the Amtrak's going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, what, 3 hours to LA? You don't have to worry about driving. You free Wi-Fi, really nice seating.
Nice views,
Yeah.
relax. And I did that. I remember we took 10 of us from our family up to Santa Barbara for a wedding.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And so grandparents, kids, strollers, bags, load up the
It was like
Amtrak.
$70 a person or something like
I
that.
can't remember how much it was, but it was awesome because you just get to walk around and everyone, if you're strapped into a car, it's a little different than being able to walk up and down a train and
not the
stand up
same.
and look. So it's nice to have those. It's a good way to get around. So we've got some options. So awesome ways to get around San Diego. I can't think of any aerial ways. I wish we had some more gondolas. I'm pitching them.
I think we do have helicopter rides.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
I looked at taking a helicopter to Big Bear so you get there faster. It's like $8,000.
Okay.
But you could do it.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I guess you could. You could probably take a private plane for cheaper.
True. That's true.
Just fly to Montgomery Field. They got an airstrip up there. Awesome ways to get around town. I still think my favorites are biking and walking.
Biking's cool.
If you got a convertible, that's fun too.
That's on the list. That's on the list.
Well, awesome. Senator Porter, thank you again for joining me on the show and discussing San Diego's best ways to get around town.
Hey, privilege being on. I appreciate the invite anytime.